everybody, my name is Brook, and this is the first episode of the A&C podcast, Alondra, Brook, and Conversations.
And I'm her co-host, Alondra.
Woo!
And we just want you guys to grab your coffee or your margarita and tune in with us every Monday. We hope you enjoy as we get through all of the little
hiccups,
trials. So we hope you enjoy episode 1 and you stick with us.
So let's get into it. So to start off this podcast, a lot of you guys either know me or you know Alondra. You're probably or most likely don't know us both. So we are going to start off the podcast with how we met, and then we can go into who we are. I actually met Alondra through Instagram. I wanted to get my nails done 6 or 7 years ago. So I went on IG and I typed in Sacramento nail artist, and Pure Lounge popped up and Alondra's account popped up, and at the time she had around 25k followers. This is 6 years ago. This is before I even existed on social media. So I literally saw her account and was like, I'm gonna go to an Instagram famous nail tech. You had the feature where you had to book online and book a deposit and all that. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
I feel like I just have always been horrible with communication and keeping up with going back and forth with people.
Through the DMs.
In DMs or text. So it's always just been easier for me to have a Square app.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know myself,
I also saw this girl, her name's Spanish Candy. I had followed her on Instagram. Oh, that's actually, now that I think about it, I clicked on her. One day she showed her nails.
Oh, and she tagged me in it.
And she tagged Alondra, and then that's really how I found you. But then when I looked you up nail techs again, I saw you come up again, and I was like, oh, I have to go to her.
And then you showed up, and I was...
And I showed up and I remember walking into the salon and being like, oh my gosh, this is an Instagram famous salon.
Oh my God.
I'm being so for real right now.
And I'm so opposite of that.
Just the chillest person ever.
Chill. I think that the Instagram following just came mostly from at that time, whose nails I was doing. So doing the Murillo twins and the Jenny 69 and Spanish Candy and stuff like that. It kind of all just came at the same time. And we were working on a lot of the Sacramento Kings basketball players.
Dang, you were you're still popping, but that was definitely an era.
I think it was just a little more popular during COVID, where we were doing house calls or stuff like that. I prioritized my content creating at that time more. And since then I've just kind of withered down just being in the shop, just chill vibes. I think after COVID, after COVID I just kind of realized no matter how much I worked prior to that, they could just shut the whole world off in a day. What am I doing all of this for? Just draining the shit out of my life.
You made it look right, because here I am. Oh my gosh.
But you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you do one social media influencer, because people think it's cool, but it's still your job. You're gonna do that same job for someone that's normal every day.
Yeah. But it is really cool that I remember when you told me that you did the Murillo twins and Jenny 69, I was like, oh my gosh, now she's doing my nails. Oh, yeah. I would have paid you any amount that you told me. You could have been 150, and I'd been like, yep,
That's what she said.
Yeah. So I met Alondra through being her client, and then one day I just strolled on in and was like...
Yeah, I don't remember when we really started talking about life with each other.
When we got close.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we weren't close right off the bat or anything like that.
Yeah, but I think that's just the way that I am. Since I'm more, or people assume that I'm more standoffish because I'm so monotone and dry, that they don't you see all these Instagram videos where they're oh my God, I vent to my nail tech so much.
Yeah.
There's not very few, but there's only certain clients that share
right. Not
parts
every
of their,
client becomes your best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then me, one day I think I just started yapping,
just rambling.
Yeah, and then you were probably whoa, she's... So that is how we met. So now we are going to just kind of give a quick little background on who we are. Alondra,
I'm 29.
She's 29. I'm 32. I grew up in Rio Vista, which if you guys don't know, we're both here in California, in Sacramento. I'll let Alondra go first and kind of just explain to you guys how she grew up and just a little bit more about her so you can get to know her.
Okay, so I'm 29.
29, you were born here.
I'm married. I was born in Sacramento.
You're married? How long have you been married for?
Since 2017.
Dang.
So what is that, 7, 8 years?
Jealous. I've always wanted to be married.
I've always wanted to be married. It's crazy.
I have. not to get off topic, but I can remember pre-pandemic writing on my whiteboard, I am going to get married, because I wanted to be married so bad. Like, and that's just me being real.
Yeah, that's another thing that we want to do. We definitely want to have like our partners on here, just so you guys are going to hear about them from us a lot.
Yeah, so eventually we're going to bring them on, and you guys are going to get to know them.
And because put a face to the names.
Yeah, and I feel like they'll expose us. Not that we're not sharing who we really are, because like this is us real and raw, but they'll really...
Yeah, because they see us every day in a different light, you know? So it'll be a little bit easier to... or not easier, but it'll be funny to see the way that they explain who we are every day. So I'm 29. I was born in Fremont, but we lived in Sacramento since I was really young.
So you're a Bay Area girly.
Yeah, but I've been here for such a long time that it's like,
hey.
If someone from the Bay Area heard me say I'm from the Bay Area, they'd probably be like, you don't count, bro. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
But my whole family is still there. My dad has been there like my whole life. I own a salon. I've owned a salon since 2016, which is mostly nail techs. We also have estheticians. I'm a manicurist specifically only. I only do nails. When I was younger, I would like joke around and play with like hair and makeup and stuff like that, but it just wasn't me at the end.
Thing.
Yeah. And so when I was in high school, I started doing nails when I was like 15. Right after my quinceañera, and then I did it.
15 years old, you just were like, I'm gonna be a nail tech.
Well, I just always liked to get them done, and my dad was really like, watch a video, because I'm not paying for this anymore. And so I literally just started watching YouTube and doing my own, and then like it just became this like...
You're like, I can do this.
Yeah. And so I started doing it for myself, and then in high school I started doing like my friends or like a bunch of girls for like prom and stuff like that. Okay. And then it just like became a job for me during that time. And then...
Oh, like how you were making like extra money and stuff?
Yeah. And so I did it for like all of high school, and then when me and my husband decided to move in together, like move out of home.
Like after you graduated?
Yeah, after I graduated high school. I knew that I wanted to go to nail school to get my license, because it's only like 10 weeks.
Okay.
So I had told him like, I'm just going to go to nail school so that I have like a good job that I already know how to do. And then I'm going to go to school. After that to like study what I want to do. And I wanted to study forensics.
Oh, so you're like, this is going to be like
plan. It's going to get me through college.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So then I did my nail stuff. I started working in a salon just in the area off of Northgate. And then I did my first semester at Sac City, and I hated every single day of my life there. And especially because you have to do all of these like
prerequisites.
Yeah, like all of these extra
English,
like okay.
Science,
yeah, exactly.
History.
And I just hated it so much, and then having to work because I had already moved out and like was living in my own apartment with my husband.
So you had to pay those bills.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like too much shit going on. I'm the kind of person like I don't want to. A lot of the time I'll give myself so many projects that I'm like half-assing each one, and I just didn't want to be giving like so little myself to so many things. So then at the end I just decided kind of like, okay, I'm gonna just focus on doing nails. And then I was there at that location maybe like 2 years, and then I opened a suite in downtown. And then in downtown, one of my clients had actually referred me to go work over there because she was doing hair, and we just became really cool. And we decided like the amount of money they're charging us to be in downtown Sacramento, we can own a whole salon. So then that's when we started Pure Lounge, and we were there for a while together when we first opened it. Like it was like two couples, so her and her husband and me and my husband. And then it kind of just we kind of decided to separate the partnership, but we still stayed like really good friends, and we still talk to each other now. Yeah, exactly. It just wasn't like, I think we just had two different ideas, and you know, life just happens sometimes.
For sure, yeah.
And for me, it was just something that I had invested so much into already that I just kind of kept it going.
Yeah.
And so now we've been here at Pure Lounge since 2016, like 9 years.
Wow. So you were like, let me start this as a side hustle, and then within a couple of years it became your main hustle. Yeah. And you became a shop owner and business owner. So it was never planned.
No, for sure not. I literally thought I was gonna be sitting like at a desk doing forensics. I don't know what it was that I was gonna do with it, but it was like what interested me for like, I had so much interest in that for so long. Like even when girls
it's never
come
too late
in,
either.
No, for sure. But I just feel like I don't ever see myself not doing what I do. Even like sometimes when I think about the lease at Pure Lounge ending, because it's like always a 5-year cycle. So we have like another year to kind of figure out if we want to stay at this location or if we want to move on and like try a new place or whatever we decide to do. And just like thinking of that is like, what would where else?
Where would I go?
Yeah, like where would
I be?
Where is not Pure Lounge? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it'd be kind of weird to like reset, but I always have like the girls in mind that work with me, because we kind of build like, instead of just coworkers, we're like a little family, and they're, you know, like it's all women, but we like have such a good dynamic that I always want to keep that same like vibe going with us, you know?
The first day I ever came to Pure Lounge, I felt that dynamic instantly, and was like, it was almost like something you're like, wow, I want to be their friends.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's just the vibe you get when you come into this salon.
And it's like very rare that we have like disagreements, right? Which is super funny, because people always ask us, how is it like so many women that work together every single day, and like I don't have like
how is it not like baddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true, because that's a lot of feminine energy.
Yeah,
and, like,
for sure. And everyone has such a different personality, but luckily it just kind of works for us. And we've been pretty lucky to have like a good dynamic in the workplace, so
that's awesome. Yeah, I thought like, oh, this girl probably was like, I'm gonna start a business, and she had all the knowledge in the world on how to do it, and like, it's just so interesting what you perceive people as, and then when they tell you their story, you're like, wow,
it's such a different
story.
Yeah, for sure. Like when we started Pure Lounge, there was literally like very minimal resources for us, right?
Okay.
So we kind of just started based on like what we had saved. We didn't know about like taking out loans or anything like that. So everything was just kind of started from like how hard you're working.
That's kind
like
of almost better.
Yeah, for sure. Because I never was in
debt
of like what I needed to like supply to start the salon. Luckily my husband does construction. So like anything we wanted to put in, like we just had him do everything. Or like we would ask, oh, this is the project we want, and then like our husbands were like, oh, okay, like
shout out
here
to
we
them.
go, you know, like let me just build you this fucking place. But
yeah,
I was super grateful at the time, like, or even now, to just like look around and be like, oh yeah, my husband, or like you know these people built these rooms or whatever. Yeah, and it's pretty cool.
That is a partnership. That is why I want to be married, because that like type of partnership just it just sounds like a good life.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you've been a nail shop owner, business owner, nail tech for 9 years?
9 years.
Okay. Fast forward, we have always had this idea where we wanted to start a podcast, just because when we do talk, we talk about such honest things. I never hold back with Alondra. She's just one of those people where I feel like I can just be so honest without her judging me, without her, I don't know, like it's just so raw and real and authentic. At one point, I don't remember when, but I was like, we need to start recording this.
And I think we had talked about it in a different form too. Like it wasn't just a podcast idea at first. I think we had said like, while I was doing your nails or something, we would record, and then it would be like conversations. Okay. Yeah. And then it just kind of turned into like this whole other idea, and then we just like kind of ran with it. Getting
a little off topic, I don't have too many friends in my area. So like if I'm having a hard time, or if I'm needing a little like girl moment, I don't have those friends that I can call up here and be like, hey, let's go eat, I need a vent or whatever. So this podcast, I feel like, is a very good representation on what it would be like if I were to be like, hey, let's go get some food or like hang out.
I need a drink, let's just go chat.
Yeah, let's go talk.
For sure.
If you are driving to work, or you are cleaning, or you are doing your makeup, like this is going to be the perfect podcast to turn on and just feel like you're hanging out. It's almost like, you know, when you're getting your nails done and you're listening into the conversation next to you at the nail shop. Yeah. That's basically what this is, in that vibe. For me, my little story, I don't even know where to start. I'm 32 years old. I am a content creator.
As if they didn't know.
I know, but for me, like, that is not, like, I still feel so new at it. I started posting on TikTok in 2020, right when I graduated from college, and it blew up. And I'm so grateful for that, because it has opened up so many doors and so many opportunities, and I feel like I've grown so much as a person. But I did have like 28 years before that. See, I was born in Orange County, California, to my mom and dad, who then got a divorce when I was around 2.
Okay, like pretty young.
Yeah, I was a baby.
Oh yeah, because what is your mom's name?
Linda. Oh, my biological mom's name is Maria.
But when you refer to mom, you're always talking about Linda.
Yes, because my mom and dad divorced when I was 2, and then my dad got back together with a previous
relationship.
Yeah, so like my dad had been with Linda, my stepmom, who is my mom who raised me, when he was like 19 to like 26. So a really good chunk of time. They broke up. My dad got with my mom and had me and my sister.
Your older sister.
My older sister, yep. Okay. And then...
Is it just you two? I don't think I've ever asked that.
Yeah, it's just me and my older sister, Amber.
You don't have any brothers or any other sisters?
I have a younger sister from my biological mom.
Oh, okay.
Different dad.
Okay.
So there's 3 of us. When I was 2, my sister was 3 because we're only a year apart. They got divorced. And you know how normally the kids go with the mom? Well, we went with our dad.
Okay. But at that time, he just kind of had it together more, right?
Yeah, he definitely had it together more, but she was also... My biological mom also dealt with addiction. I don't know this for sure because we never had this conversation, but I think she dealt with a lot of postpartum, possibly, and just wasn't in a headspace to take care of kids. So my dad took full custody of us, and then like within a year, I think he got back together with Linda, his original love.
That was his one that got away.
Yeah, the one that got away, exactly.
He went to go find her ass.
Yeah, and he showed up with 2 kids. Like, hey, and so...
He's like, been a while.
Yeah.
Look what I made.
Yeah, and she accepted us. Yeah. Linda did. She's still a part of my life. She's been my mom. She raised me. Yeah. So we became like the family of 4 with Linda. My mom kind of left the picture. I don't know what she was doing or where she was or anything like that, but I just remember from like 2 to maybe 5, there was just none of her around. I don't know. I
feel like when you're a kid, there's like windows of time where you kind of just like blink it out.
Yeah, you know but I mean? For sure she wasn't around because my dad, myself, my sister, and Linda, we all moved to Texas.
Oh, really?
We moved to El Paso because we have family there. I
remember you telling me a story about that because your dad had to like drive back over here and you guys were like in a truck or something, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, we moved back and yeah, exactly.
I remember you telling me like a story of a gas station and like a little truck of like a long ass driver.
Yeah, he was
I don't know why I remember that, but
when we were driving back from Texas, because we moved out there, I want to say we were there for like a year or less, but when we moved home or back to Orange County, my dad was so broke that we got to a gas station and he knew his truck was like, if he turned it off, it wasn't going to turn back on. Yeah. So when he was putting gas in the car.
With it running,
okay. Me and my sister in the back, like in the camper part, because it was just like a 3-seat truck. And then he had a camper on it. And he said that I was back there like throwing up. I was like car sick.
Oh my God. And you were like 5? That's horrible.
No, I think I was like 3. I was Gianna's age.
Oh, you left like, you guys moved there like right away when he got back from Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like I celebrated my 3rd birthday in El Paso.
Okay.
We've been through so much with my dad, like truly. But so then we moved back to Orange County, and then due to work, because my dad growing up, my dad did construction.
Okay.
And one of his friends was like, hey, if you move up north, you know, there's a lot of work up here. So yeah, he packed up the truck again with me, my sister, and my mom, Linda, and we moved up to Citrus Heights here in Sacramento when I was 3.
Okay, so what made you guys go to Rio Vista?
Okay,
I feel like when I hear like you talk about your childhood, it's like mostly over there.
Yeah. So we moved to Citrus Heights with my dad's friend. Me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, we all shared a room.
Okay.
And his name was Chuck. In Chuck's house.
Okay.
Chuck was married to Carol and had 3 daughters. And
Chuck and Carol.
Yep, the 4 of us lived in the room. My mom would like clean their house while my dad was out working, because my mom and dad were just like broke at the time. Like they were up here hoping to like make a life.
Way.
Yeah.
Sure.
So eventually they got on their feet. We rented a little house in Citrus Heights. My dad was commuting from Sacramento to the Bay Area, which is what Alondra's husband does
every single day,
which is a crazy drive for those of you guys who don't know. Like, how long is that drive? 2 hours.
Most of the time he's going to San Jose, so from Sac to San Jose he'll leave like 3:50 in the morning to get there by like 5 a.m. so it's like 2 hours back.
And that's exactly what my dad did. So eventually he was like, you know, like, I can't do this forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he ended up saving and bought a house in Rio Vista because he wanted to be closer to the Bay Area. But houses in the Bay Area were like, they've always been insane. So I think one day he just saw like houses for sale in Rio Vista, like brand new houses. And he had
like when stuff started happening, like the new
developing
builds and stuff.
Yeah, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can get a house out there that's like in my price range. And my dad has always been a water guy. Like, he's always owned a boat or like jet skis or fishing or whatever.
Okay.
So when he saw Rio Vista, he was like, oh, it's right on the water. It's a brand new house. It's closer to my job. Yeah. So.
And that's funny because our family growing up is so opposite. So Opposite but same, just like different times. So we're from the Bay Area, right? Like my parents raised us in like Fremont, Newark, and like San Mateo area, whatever, right? That's where we lived at mostly when we were younger. And one of my aunts, my mom's sisters, had moved to Sacramento. And in the Bay Area, we lived in like a smaller home, but my parents owned it, right? And my dad had like a taqueria over there when we were really young, and like all this stuff.
I did not know that.
And he's always worked in like the taqueria industry, like with his cousins and stuff like that own restaurants. And when my aunt moved up here, she was like, dude, new builds, fat houses, like hella cheap, right? Because at the time it was like $200,000 and you get like
less,
but like these fat ass houses. Because I was like in 3rd grade when we moved here, I remember. The houses in the Bay Area at that time were already like $400,000 or $500,000, and you're getting like this 1-story, like 2-3 bedroom house. But then when my aunt moved here, she's like, oh, like these massive houses, and we came and like my parents brought us to look, and like there are these new builds where it's like $200,000 and something where you get to pick your tile and your cabinets and all this shit. Yeah, so then we came up here.
Wow, so we
like switched. Yeah, exactly. And for a long time, my parents both commuted to the every single day because like the pay wage is so different over there. That's why my husband still works over there, because it's like you're gonna do the same ass job. You're just adding a little time of a drive to your day, but
and make way more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so interesting. That is crazy.
Yeah, so we just kind of switched places.
Yeah, so then we moved to Rio Vista when I was in 4th grade. Wow, I was in 3rd grade, about to start 4th grade. We really are we always say that we're opposite. Well, we are opposites.
Like clearly. So many similarities, but so opposite, and that's like one of the main reasons for like the decor in here. We literally decided like when we talk to each other, there's like so many similarities. Or like so many things like, oh, you went through this, well, I went through this, similar,
so
whatever,
many things
right?
you can relate on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yet we're so
different. Like if you ever see Brook walking down the street, you would probably never look at me and be like, that's her friend, or you know what I mean? Like it's just such a different dynamic for the two of us. It's funny to like put us in the same room together, but we've also gone back and forth and said like, I don't think that like I could be friends with someone that has like similar someone that has similar like personality traits to me, because I'm like always so like blunt and dry. Like it would be like so combative, and then like you always say like
I would be annoyed if I was friends with me.
Yeah, like because to just be yapping back and forth
and all over the place. Yeah. So that's why we work so well together.
And we always joke around that like our partners are ourselves in like male form. So like
Luis is Alondra is Luis in a male.
Yeah. And then Juan is like super outgoing, like Brook, and like always on the go and just like rambling.
Dancing,
and, like,
talking.
So it's funny to like watch.
But that's also why we get along so well.
Yeah.
Because we like each other's vibes.
Yeah. And we don't like get tired of...
That makes me really happy.
What we put out.
It makes me happy knowing that like you don't get annoyed by me, because sometimes I panic. I'm like, are these people annoyed with me? Because I'm a lot sometimes.
You're like, is she waiting for me to shut up?
Yes.
No. I'm so used to it at home that I'm like, it's fine. I'm just used to all the noise and all the excitement, the chaos, all the time. Yeah, for sure. Even growing up, I'm the second oldest of 11. So growing up,
I did not know you had a...
Yeah, so I have like 8 brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah. So like my family is obviously like divorced and like it's half brothers and stuff like that. But
right, but that's still your family.
Because we're Hispanic and like our culture makes us like so family oriented. My parents did really good at like realizing that their relationship was over, but like our kids are our kids. Yeah. And so like for Christmas or like birthday parties, like my mom has let me bring like my siblings from my dad, or like not let me bring them, but like she always includes
it's always like an open invite, like
or like I could take like my little brothers from my mom's side to like my dad's kids' birthday parties, or like, you know what I mean, because we're just all family. And like just because that didn't work out for them, it doesn't mean that like they're not gonna make our life easier as kids to be all together in one place.
That's good parenting right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
My parents, with my younger sister, they're the same. They'll like treat her like she's not one of theirs, but like they're just like, that is your sister. So
yeah, it's our family. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so now that I've explained a little bit of who I am and Alondra's explained who she is, let's do one fun fact about ourselves.
Fun fact about myself?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Do you want me to say mine first? Kind of give you like an idea?
Yeah.
Okay, fun fact about me is growing up, I loved to dance.
Okay.
Like, could not stop moving my body. Okay.
Do you have rhythm?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And like to this day,
I don't think we've ever been in a scenario where
we've been dancing.
Yeah. To watch you have rhythm. I think I've seen like TikToks of you dancing and stuff like that, but like it
not be for real.
I don't know if they were
like,
for real.
Yeah. For real or not.
I'm just watching you on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I've always loved to dance, and my older sister, she was the singer.
Okay.
So, like, my parents would be like, if family came over, they'd be like, Amber, Brooke, come here. Amber, you sing, and Brooke, you dance.
Oh, I think all kids did that. Like, all the young girls, like, I'm going to put on a whole choreography because it's fucking Thanksgiving.
For the family, yep.
Yeah.
But fun fact about me is I have always wanted to be the singer.
Okay.
I could carry a tune, for sure. But my sister has pipes. Okay. And I've always been like, man, I wish I could sing. Because singing to me, it's like when I have anxiety, when I am angry, when I am happy, like any emotion really, if I turn to singing, it's like this instant calmness that comes over me. And like this instant just like I just feel like all anxiety, anger, sadness, whatever, like it just all goes away when I sing. But then I'll be singing and I'll be like, and I'm like, oh, that's not that good.
Maybe you singing is like you're yelling. You know, like people stand on the edge of a cliff. That's what
I
imagine. You're like, ah!
Yeah, no, for me.
But instead you're like in the shower like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, literally, I would make up songs and everything as a little kid. And my sister would hear me and she would just roast the shit out of me.
You're like trying to get things out of you. You're like, I'm mad at my dad.
No, literally. Literally. And she would just like be like, you cannot carry a tune. And I remember one time as a kid in Citrus Heights being like, Dad, listen to this song. And I sang it to him and he was just like,
good job, Mija.
Yeah, but that's one fun fact about me is I love to sing.
Okay, I think like the randomest thing about me that you would never assume in your life was that when we moved to Sacramento, the sport that I did was cheerleading.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right now.
And that's like not who I am, but at the time, I think I did it for like 2 or 3 years. My mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like for Natoma's junior Nighthawk. And we literally like did like the competitions and shit like that at that time.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I'm sure I enjoyed it at the time because I did it for so long, but I'm like, that is so fucking random.
I would have never.
Because do I give cheerleader?
No, but as little kids, shout out to the parents who like put their kids in like random ass sports.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, you're like, do you like this? And then the kid will tell you like, no. Or they'll be like, yes.
I think I just liked, like, I've always been a super busybody. And so I think it was just like something like, oh, she's doing something constantly, right? So like obviously at some point I realized I wasn't gonna be a professional cheerleader. And then like my dad was always super into sports and I've always been closer to my dad. And that's like a whole nother can of worms like eventually we'll get into. Episode. Yeah. But I for some reason my dad always loved soccer, which we're Mexican, hello.
Yeah.
But I got into basketball.
Okay.
And so, like, in middle school and high school.
Okay.
Not high school, like, middle school. And, like, I liked it in high school, but I had already got injured. Like, by the time I moved back to Sacramento there was, like, a time in my life where I went back to the Bay Area to be with my dad. And then, like, there is where I stopped playing when I came back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to, like, learn more about your timeline.
Yeah. That'll it's, like, super random. It's, like, just, like, kind of not bouncing around for, like, family home problems, but just, like, oh, like, this year I'm gonna go live with my dad. Fuck it. And then,
okay.
I played over there and then I just came back home and I just didn't continue it. I think what stopped me from playing basketball was that in 8th grade I was playing in San Mateo and I hurt my knee.
Cheerleader Alondra.
Imagine. I'm like, B, get it.
And I've always wanted to be a cheerleader, but
I can see that for you though.
Yeah, my dad was always, oh my god, opposites but the same. Yeah. My dad was always like, Mija, you're gonna play softball, you're gonna do soccer, I did basketball, and I was like, I just want to be a dancing cheerleader, but I don't know why I never.
He's like, no, you're gonna be a football player then.
Literally, I am my dad's youngest son. Me and my sister joke that she is the oldest son and I'm the youngest son because my dad definitely like hit us on dirt bikes. Literally, like we were just raised as little boys.
Yeah, I see that.
Because I think my dad always wanted boys too.
Yeah.
You know.
And then it's funny because then you still ended up like so girly.
I know.
Yeah.
But I was only able to let that girliness really flourish once I moved out of the house. Because if I'm being honest, I felt not uncomfortable, but like I just felt at home. Like my parents had involved me in so many sports and things like that I felt almost awkward being super, super girly around them because I didn't want them to be like, who is this?
Yeah.
You know, so once I moved out, that was when I was able to be like, I'm going to be my truest form, and that is going to be makeup
But that was like till you were already with Lewis. So when you like moved out of home. Oh no, wait.
No, that was like
you like moved out for college.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved out when I was 17. So when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, that's when I really found myself. But I'm so happy to still have all of those like tomboy, like,
yeah, the qualities of like still being able to go out and like do
ride
all these like adventurous
throw
things.
a ball, hit whatever, like wakeboard, like anything. Yeah,
but that's so fun because now you can show Gigi like all of these girly things, and then
1000%, yeah,
she could still be like fun and adventurous growing up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. This is actually our second time recording this first podcast because the first time we recorded on Friday, it's Sunday now. My camera was in slow-mo the whole time. So when I went home to edit, to my surprise, I found it in slow-mo. There was no footage. There was no recovering it.
Which was perfectly fine because we were thinking of doing a rehearsal prior to. So it kind of just worked out for us.
Yeah.
It's just finding the time to get back together because you have a super busy life. Like you have Gigi and your home stuff and your content creating. And then I have like the salon and then like today is my only day off.
Yeah.
So just kind of
recording with me.
No, which is totally fine because like this is my personal day to do like what I know I need to do. So it just kind of worked out for us to pick up better content, right? To make it
I feel like
better. It was like a run through, and then like you were saying, you learned off of rewatching whatever footage you did find.
Yes.
That it was just gonna flow a little bit easier coming into knowing what was incorrect and what we were gonna do to make it a little bit better.
Yes.
Which I think is like one of the things that we want that you guys want you guys to expect from us, like always improving. Like when we decided to start the podcast, we had all these ideas in our mind and like not everything fell into place at one time. And so like here, our shelves, you'll see they're like super empty right now, but hopefully like moving forward, they're gonna be getting full with like things that represent us too. And like we just want to continue adding as the episodes move on and like we grow in the podcast, like we grow our space too.
Yeah, because one thing that you guys might not know or that we might not portray is that we have no idea what we're doing. I've never done a podcast before. Alondra's never done a podcast before. This is all...
I had previously...
you have done a podcast.
Yeah. But it was like also me, like me and my friends winging it, like trying to do it, and just like figuring out on our own. But this is like a whole nother level. Like starting something with content creating Brook is like completely different than like what I was doing for sure.
God, that's so sweet. No.
And it was like so fun doing that, and I think that like because I was doing it with all my friends, and so I think that like encouraged me more when you asked me to do it with you. Like hell yeah, like I had hella fun doing that with my friends. It was just kind of like...
Are those videos still up?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that it was just like super fun to like, you know, just take time out of like what you do every day.
Your business.
Yeah. And just like
grind.
sit there and kind of like, it's literally what our hopes are for this podcast is to just kind of take a lot of time to vent and like reflect. And like, because we decided to post every Monday, I think it'll be like a really good like refresh or restart for not only us, but like whoever's watching and like people that are interested in like knowing a more personal side of each one of us. And
not only knowing a more personal side of us, but I find a lot of comfort when I find creators and they're just so honest with who they are and how they are, because it just makes me feel like, oh, like they're like me or I'm like them. And I just feel more, I don't even know what the feeling is.
It's like a little bit more welcoming.
Not even just welcoming, but I feel more like human almost. Like who I am isn't wrong, or what I'm doing isn't weird, if that makes any sense, right? Like when I hear other content creators talk about their daily lives and how they are and what they do, and I'm like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It just feels so good. So if you're that like average American girl, like that sounds so crazy, but like if you're just a 20, 30, 4-year-old woman, like this is going to be the podcast for you, because we're just keeping it real on all topics, on all
just like things that we've gone through before, or like even
experiencing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not perfect. Like we didn't start this perfectly. We don't have everything ready to go, but we're just showing you guys like all you have to do is show up, believe in yourself, and just press record. And that could be like a analogy, right? Like whether it is...
But I think that's also like good advice for like all the girls that are always asking you, because on your platform, like she's mostly on TikTok, and obviously, like, your entire career is content creating.
Yeah,
so
that's my job.
Like, people are, I know they're constantly asking you, like, how do I start? Like, how does, because I've asked you a million times.
How do I start? Like, what do I do?
Yeah,
and
for
it's such a loaded question because...
But, like, the first answer is just, like,
record. Just press play.
just record the shit.
Yeah, and even if it's a job that you want to apply to or a relationship or whatever, like, just keep that, like, that thought in your head, like, oh, I just need to press play. I just need to start.
Just keep that little
There's
spark going.
never going to be the perfect time. There's never going to be... You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to have enough confidence. You're never going to... You are never going to be ready. So if there's one thing I really want you guys to take out of this is just start.
Yep.
Because I'm as average as they come, and I was able to build a platform and make a whole living off of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
A whole bag.
A whole bag. A couple bags. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Too many fucking bags.
But, really quick, going back to my life, I didn't even tell you guys the most important part of my life, in my opinion. I ended up having a baby in 2021 who is the love of my life. Her name is Gianna. She is going to be 4. And yeah, I'm a mommy. Like, I'm a mommy. Well, how did she say it? Everybody knows. Jeremiah knows. I'm a mommy.
What a good one. I feel like this season was so stupid, but like so
good.
Like, yeah, it's like those bad songs that have like a good hook, so you just like continue, but you're like,
uh-huh.
Why am I still watching this?
Yeah.
For why?
Yeah, so that's actually another topic that we are 1000% going to be talking about this season is both of our journeys into motherhood, into wanting to become a mother. Like, we won't go into it, but Alondra,
my infertility issues.
She
where they don't want to say it.
No, it's because I don't want to say infertility. I wanted to say Alondra is going to become a mom and wants
Fingers
to become a mommy. No, it is going to happen. Like, I'm very much into like speaking it into existence.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think a lot of women struggle with getting pregnant, being a mom, and we have all
of those
covered
topics,
for you. So I cannot wait to talk about that. Other things we're going to talk about in this season of our podcast are finances, content creating, starting a business, owning a business. I want to talk about, what else are we going to talk about?
I think like all of our financial struggles to get to where we are.
Wait to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Like, all the ups and downs.
That's like the episode you're most excited for. My favorite topic, so like when we started, we kind of literally, like how we said, we just kind of like...
started.
Yeah, just like jumped in, and we literally were like Googling how to start a podcast, and it was like, write down every episode you're going to want to do from now till then, so you keep like...
I have that list.
Yeah, like you just kind of keep a flow of like how you want things to go. And I think like the episode that I'm most excited about is like having our partners here. I feel like that's going to be so funny.
Me too.
But I think a big one for me that will be like the deepest is like speaking on like mine and my husband's infertility journey.
Right.
Just because we've done so many steps. And like the good thing is like even though we are raised Hispanic and a lot of the things that we have decided to do to become parents are like very...
taboo.
Yeah, like a lot of the things that we were like telling our family that we were having to do to get to where we want to be is like unheard of.
Like they're almost like, what?
Yeah, like you're having to do what are you doing, you know? And so like obviously we'll go more into depth of it, but me and my husband have done like IUI treatments and stuff like that to just like kind of,
and not to mention just years of trying to conceive.
Exactly. So there's like a whole, like we're gonna do a whole episode on that, which I think that's super dope that we're open enough to talk about that because it's like a really sensitive subject for a lot of women.
And we have such opposite experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can, again, we're going to get into it, but like I can see Gianna after having a tumor removed from my ovary, and then they removed my ovary, and then I was able to get pregnant after years of not being able to. And then I could give my perspective on postpartum and being a mom, and then it's just, we got you covered on all.
It's just a lot that it's going to get into. I think that the best part of like what we're trying to do is all of the, like obviously we want to have fun. That's like the whole point of everyone listening in is to have a good time.
Yeah.
But is having all of the conversations that nobody ever wants to have.
And being so fucking for real about it and not being like, not putting this shield up of like, oh, she's an influencer, so her life must be perfect and everything she deals with is perfect. Quite literally the opposite. And I want you guys to know that. And I think people on my platform already see that. Like on TikTok, people say like, oh, you keep it so real. Mm-hmm. But I want to keep it even more real here, because being so authentic to who you are is like a superpower, in my opinion.
For sure. Not having to cover up like your everyday life or portray yourself to be a certain way when you're not, you know?
Yeah. Because if there's anything I can't stand is when people are just putting on a facade, or people are being like, oh, my life is this or that. Because it's like, no, it's not. And why are you doing that? You're just...
No, I get it.
You know, so we will be talking about grief, money, business owning. I really want to interview Alondra. Like, I know... Excuse me, I have to burp again. I know in the beginning of this podcast, when we did our intros, we got to know like where she was born, what she did, all of that. But I want to spend an entire hour just interviewing her, like true Hollywood story type of vibe, because I feel like there's so many layers to Alondra, and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure.
I have many lives that I've lived, and I just think it'd be really fun, not only for our audience to really get to know us on that level, but for us to look back on and be like, oh my gosh, like
how much has changed in all of the things that we have planned.
Yeah, exactly. And then we want to give you guys an opportunity to also write in, like on our TikToks and Instagrams, like DM us, hit us up on YouTube. Like, what do you guys want to know? We will for sure do like an entire episode of assumptions, an entire episode of questions. Mm-hmm. We've already talked about how we're going to have our men on here.
Yes.
Alondra is a nail tech. I think it'd be so fun to do my nails on here.
Yeah. We talked about that too.
Yeah. Also, I don't have nails on right now because...
We just took them off.
She just took them off on the episode that we recorded that was in slow-mo, because I actually have a job. Ooh, we can talk about content creation and like, you can interview me on like all of that.
On the house.
Yeah, because there's so much like stuff you don't know or you don't see or that influencers don't talk about. You know, how we handle hard things in life. Yeah. Some people are not good at handling hard things. Like some people just always have that like, woe is me mentality.
Yeah.
Something is always happening to me mentality. And if there's something that I want to toot my own horn with, for real, is that I am never going to be a victim of what I was given in life, right? Oh, yeah. Like I want to show my viewers that no matter what you were put in, no matter where you arrived, no matter what you were born into, whatever cards you were dealt, you have the capability to create the life that you want for yourself. You have the ability to create the legacy for your kids, or just like there's no...
Like writing your own story.
Yeah, like you don't have to be who you were born into or whatever, you know? And some people might know that, and that this podcast might not be the one for you. Be like, I already know that. But I know there's so many women out there that are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I can do or be anything? Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's taken me years to figure that one out, truly.
Yeah.
Like I when I was 18, 19, 20, I'm like, oh, this is who I am, and this is who I am.
Yeah. And you've taken so much time like to deal with your own like mental health and stuff like that, and like I'm sure that led a lot of like opening doors or like opinions on yourself.
Yeah, it definitely gave me the opportunity to reflect and be like, whoa.
Yeah, like these are things I have to deal with to move on from those harder dynamics or times that you had.
Yeah. You want to eventually on season 2 bring guests into the house. That will be beyond fun, because Alondra knows some people.
You know some people.
And I know some people. Okay, so what I had planned for the next segment of our podcast is a lightning round of fun, where we do random rapid fire questions to show our personality.
Okay.
Are you down?
I'm down.
Okay, so the first rapid fire is, what is the last thing that you bought on impulse?
On impulse?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday on my way to a birthday dinner, I bought tequila and Cayman Jacks. That's like the last thing I purchased, yeah.
So you were like, I'm just going to show up with this alcohol.
Yeah, because I never want to go anywhere empty-handed.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was like, that's a go-to, tequila and Cayman Jacks.
Yes.
Something to show up not empty-handed.
Where did you go?
I went to a birthday dinner.
Oh, okay. So that's even better, because then you're like...
Just show up with something.
And you're showing up like, hey, this is the vibe I'm bringing.
Yeah. And I think that my answer for that kind of question will never be like, me and my husband both work so much, we don't buy like, there's nothing that we have Like
you're not a materialistic person.
Yeah, we don't like collect anything. So like what you would buy randomly, impulsively,
the complete opposite
would be
of me.
Yeah, exactly. Like I literally probably own like 6 pairs of shoes. Like I don't really think of.
Yeah, she's like the most frugal, humble business owner.
And not like cheap.
Ever.
Like I love to experience things, so that's what I'd rather spend my money on. Like take me to a good dinner, take me on a trip.
Vacation.
Yeah. But I've never been like, oh my, this, like how you are, like, oh, this purse is so fucking cute. I need this in every single color.
You know
like,
what
so
else
opposite.
you are? This is also, Alondra is very humble. She does not like to say the good things about her, and I
just feel like that's so awkward.
I know, but then there's people like me.
That, like, you can tell yourself, like, I love me, or when we were talking about your password or stuff like that, and it's like something that has to do with, like, yeah, like a perception or like how you feel about yourself. Yeah. I love that. I've just never, like, even when I talk to my husband, I'll be like, I know you're married for personality.
Stop.
And then we, like, literally laugh about it because, like, what personality, bitch? Like,
stop, Alondra.
But that's just, like, how I don't know. I think maybe it's just, like, a cultural thing.
Or I think it's a you thing, too. Like, very, very humble because... I mean, I don't think I'm a cocky person by any means, but I think that I know how to voice my strengths to others only because I want to help others develop those strengths. Yeah. But what I was going to say is when it comes to money, Alondra is the type of person, and I know this for a fact because she's done this to me, where she'll be... One time you invited me to Baja Fest, and you're the type of person where, like, you want your friends and your family to also experience the fun things that you're going to experience.
Oh, for sure.
So she was like, hey, if you want to come, you and Lewis, like, I'll buy your tickets, and you just come.
Like, we have tickets already, so, like, the money's already spent, bro. Like, let's just...
Yeah, so, like, that's her in a nutshell. Like, well, there's more than that,
time.
But, like...
I'm like, but what a fucking good time.
I know, and then we didn't go.
That's, like, one of the top things that, like, our friend group does. This is the first year where we're missing out, like, on Baja Fest. We've gone for 5 years.
Are you sad?
Well, since we started, like, our infertility journey in the beginning of the year, we kind of just, like, locked in and we're like, this year we're not going.
Okay.
Just because we didn't know how long those treatments were going to, like, how we were going to be on them.
Like, what if you're pregnant?
Or if I get pregnant. Yeah, for sure. So in our head, we just, like, turned off the idea. And we're just like, maybe next year, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So, if you guys, if our listeners who are watching have a relationship with God, I would really appreciate your prayers for Alondra towards her infertility journey, because prayer is miracles happen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I know she would never plug that herself.
Yeah. Please pray for me.
Yeah, no, for real. For real. Yeah. Oh, the last thing I bought on impulse. Mm-hmm. Okay, so last night... I was not in the best of mood. Last night, I was not in the best of mood. I was going through something that I don't want to talk about on camera, but I was at home with my daughter, and my alarm, we have an alarm system at our house with, like, a panel on the wall, and it kept going off. It kept like, buzzing, and every time it would happen, Gianna would cover her ears, and she would get really scared and say, like, I want to go to the other room. And I kept having to explain to her, Mommy, the batteries are dying. Like, it's okay. And she was so freaking scared. But I had ordered these batteries to recharge them on Amazon, so they weren't going to get there till the next day. But I could just see the look in her eyes. She was, like, not going to be able to relax
like,
in our home.
We're going to go buy her batteries right now.
Yes. So before I left, I grabbed some cash out of my little stash. Uh-huh. I grabbed a $100 bill, and I was like, let's go to Target and get these batteries. And because I was in such a mood... And I felt like that mood I felt like she felt that vibe, right? I was like, let's go to Target. And I spoiled the shit out of my daughter. I let her walk around the toy area and throw in
whatever she wanted.
Oh my God. And it got to be like 8 things. Because this girl knows how to shop. Oh, Mommy, I want this tea set. Oh, Mommy, I love this slime.
Uh-huh.
She's love that. 3, but
kids know. They're just like, I really would like to have this.
She's been into babies for
the
last
couple days. It's like their way of asking you, like, is this okay to put in there? That's so funny.
No, but she's just like, whoop, right? Yeah. And I knew in my head, like, oh, I have $100. I let this child burn through my $100. I knew I needed, like, $15 for batteries. Uh-huh. But when that total got to, like, 100 in my head, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go get your juice, because she's addicted to juice. It's the Honest juice, so it's really low sugar. Uh-huh. But I was like, all right, let's go. And then my total was, like, $150. Mm-hmm. So I paid $100 cash and the rest on my card. And I was like...
You're like, it just happened.
I don't care. And we went home and I cooked dinner. And she sat at the dinner table and she played with all of those toys so diligently. Like, Mommy, I'm making my daughter I don't know what she said, a snack. And I was like, okay. And for me to have the ability to do that is just like a dream come true.
Oh, 1,000%.
You know?
I think it also like heals something in you.
It does, yeah, because to be religious really quick, because I do have a relationship with God, and that's something I don't want to hide on this podcast at all. In the Bible, it says that whatever, I'm paraphrasing, okay? I'll put the actual...
Someone's going to comment like that.
That's not what it says. I'm going to put the actual Bible verse up, but somewhere in the Bible it says, like, whatever you have lacked, God can give you back, like, I don't know how many times, but, like, he can, like, produce 10 times the amount of fruit.
Okay.
Right? So in my head growing up, my parents, I told you guys, we lived in a bedroom together.
Yeah.
So when I went to the store, it was a don't even think about asking for a toy. And so I just feel like this is God's way of being like, look, whatever you lacked as a young girl.
Yeah.
This is...
Give to Gigi. This is your opportunity.
To do it tenfold.
If Hello Kitty didn't exist, what would be your
My
next cartoon obsession?
Ooh, good one. I don't think I would have a cartoon obsession.
There would have to be something, because you would have never known about Hello Kitty.
Well, as a young girl, I can't even remember when I saw her. But when I saw her,
I need that white cat.
Something happened in my head where I was like, I love her. I don't even like cats. And back in the 90s, Hello Kitty wasn't everywhere. You couldn't get her everywhere. You could only get her at the Sanrio store, or I don't even know where else. So yeah, I was quite literally obsessed. Like, I have some stories. Oh my god, can I tell a quick Hello Kitty story? One time I was with my dad, and it was on the weekend. He had a side job that he had to do, and I had to go with him to the side job because that's just what you do when you're Mexican and your dad needs to make some money. And I stayed in the car, and we didn't have cell phones, iPads, nothing. I don't know what I did in the car all day with my sister, but we just stayed in his truck. He worked at his side construction job. And on the way home, I was like, Dad, I really want to go to the Hello Kitty store. And he's like, okay, mija. And I was like, no, I really want to go. And he's like, okay. And we were driving, and we were in Vacaville. I don't know if you guys know where Vacaville is, but he's like, mija, I'm going to take you. Like, you were in the car all day. Like, yeah, I'm going to take you. And I was like, there's no Hello Kitty store in Vacaville. And he's like, yes, there is. I was like, no, there isn't. And I started throwing a tantrum. Like, I hate you.
I need Hello Kitty.
Yeah, like, why would, like, I never get what I want. And I was just sitting in the car crying, like, not even looking out the window. And we're just driving. And all of a sudden, my dad goes, Mija, look. And I look up, and we are at the Vacaville outlets. This is like 1999, 2000, 2001, somewhere in between there. And I look up, and it's the Hello Kitty outlet. What? At the Vacaville outlets. I didn't even know this existed, right?
Hello Kitty outlet?
Yeah, it was like a store at the outlets. It was the Sanrio store.
Okay.
And I looked up and I looked at him. And it was like one of the best moments of my life because I just thought, like, I'm never going to get Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
And then he goes, let's go inside and get you what you want. And he let me pick anything I wanted. And I remember it was a planner. And it was $34.95. And in 2001, for my dad to buy me a planner that was $34.95.
After doing a side job?
It might as well have been $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he let me get it, and I was so happy, and I just remember feeling, like, so sad that I treated my dad that way, and in return, he still let me get what I wanted. He still let me, like...
Oh my god.
But that's my dad for you.
But
that's how much I love the cat, okay? Like...
She's like, $34.99 was $2,000.99.
I was willing to destroy my relationship with my father for Hello Kitty. I'm just kidding. But
she's like, so I don't have an answer to that question.
Because there would be nobody. Yeah, I love her. But I have had some moments where, like, I've looked around my office and I've seen her everywhere. And I've thought to myself, like, am I idolizing Hello Kitty more than Jesus? Swear.
Oh my gosh.
Swear. So I kind of took her down a little bit.
Okay.
But I still love her.
But you have, like, some kind of attachment to the idea of her.
Yeah, and then, like, with Gigi, like, toys, clothes, everything is Hello Kitty, and she knows. Like, Hello Kitty is mom's thing, and I love that she knows that.
That's hella cool.
Yeah, so. Okay, one more rapid fire for you. I have, okay, this is so good. What is your go-to comfort snack?
Comfort snack, probably, like, something, I'm, like, very of a, like, salty and sweet kind of person. So, like... Sprite for sure.
Sprite as a snack?
It's like sweet, but like I will like pop popcorn and eat hot Cheetos mixed in it.
Oh, that sounds good.
That's like just like if I want something quick, I'm just gonna eat that. Or like a newfound, because for a long time last year before my infertility treatments, we were like on a calorie deficit, And so,
Alondra lost 30 pounds naturally.
Yeah. Well, because on that deficit. So from July of last year to November, it was like 55 pounds that I went down.
She lost 55 pounds naturally.
But,
no Ozempic, no semi-glutide.
But then during like the treatments, I put on like 30 of those 55 pounds.
Well, yeah, that's hormones you're injecting into your body daily.
Sure. But during that time, when I knew I couldn't have a certain amount of calories, I don't know why I was obsessed with like shredded carrots.
Ooh, yum.
With pomegranates and tahini. That was my go-to. And it's literally like 60 calories. So I was like, hell yeah.
But that also
like,
sounds...
I can eat this all day. And it was so refreshing. Like, it's so bomb.
But that sounds like it takes a lot of work to like
No, I would literally buy pomegranates.
Seeds. Oh, and then just
and shred carrots in a bag and just put that shit in a cup, weigh it out, and be like, this is it for today.
I love knowing people's snack combos.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, wait, let me try that.
But the girls at the shop would be like, what the hell are you eating? And I'm like, have you guys ever bought like fruit from like the fruit stands? It's literally tastes almost like pepino, like with lemon and salt on it.
Right.
Like just like a different texture.
I love that. Okay, so popcorn, hot Cheetos, and Sprite. Or if you're on a calorie deficit,
shredded carrots, pomegranate, and tahini.
Oof. And like some water.
Yes, ma'am. I don't even know what I would drink with it.
You're like,
during calorie deficit, my favorite drink is frescas.
Ooh, fresca is
because it's 0 calories and it's supposed to be like a sparkling water, but it does not taste like sparkling
water.
It
tastes like it tastes like a whole soda.
Because I tried like the buble or whatever the hell they're called and like all those bubbly or whatever. I just could not do it. Like they all taste like,
I love that shit.
That aftertaste is like crazy to me. But frescas literally just taste like a little bit less sugar Sprite. So I'm down for that all the time.
I love it.
And yours?
My go-to...
True fruit.
Oh my god, yes.
You were the true fruit.
I gained, I want to say 10 pounds recently. I go up 10 pounds and I lose 10 pounds and vice versa. And it's truly because I will be eating a bag of true fruit, which I didn't know those little shits. They're like, for every 5, it's like 60 calories.
I think I remember you telling me about them. It's like 4 for a serving or something like that.
Yeah, and I would like sit and eat a whole bag. But also I was emotionally eating. But... for those of you guys who don't know, my father-in-law owns a taqueria.
Uh-huh.
And when I tell you that I will go to the restaurant and order...
well, it's literally in your city. I don't know how you guys don't eat there every day. I feel like I would just...
for sure every Friday.
Single day. Like,
but my thing is a bean and cheese burrito.
Okay.
And he looks at me every time I order that like, what are you doing?
You could have a whole fucking that plate right now. For
literally, but
beans,
it's
cheese,
the
and
bean and cheese burrito because his beans, the way he makes his beans, he makes it with lard, I'm pretty sure. Uh-huh. And they're just so creamy. Mm-hmm. His beans, oh my god, I could just eat the beans. His rice is fire. His son, Luis, my man, he makes the rice just like his dad. So like, it's like I'm eating rice made from Luis, but I know it's from El Abajeños. And then, why can't I think of the name right now? They're like crispy and they're rolled up. Literally, I get them every time. Chicken. Flautas.
Okay.
Bitch.
I'm like,
flautas are my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is my go-to snack. Because really, it's a snack. You're like...
yeah. Just like a little...
yeah. Uh-huh. So, sure. Mexican food all the way. Or some form of fruit dipped in chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what does that make me? Does that make me a savory person? No. Right?
I think that's like a little bit of both.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my go-to snack.
I'm like that too. Like, I have to have, like... I could eat something salty, but then afterwards, I'm like, I need a something.
Yeah.
And I was never like that until I started, like, working with Ceci, and she's always been like that. And so after that, I was just like, oh, yeah, I just need, like, a little something.
Yeah, Ceci used to work in the salon.
Yeah, she does hair.
She does my hair. Mm-hmm. If you guys ever need hair in Sacramento, I'm going to plug her right now because she's amazing. But I'm so glad we did this. And I hope you guys are enjoying listening to us just tell you about ourselves, because definitely throughout the season you're going to learn more about us, but also more of our opinions, more of our unfiltered thoughts.
Yeah. And so this podcast, we're going to be posting every Monday at noon on all
Pacific
the platforms. And for the next episode, we're going to do a assumptions of us.
Yes,
so
assumptions.
As you guys are watching this, we want you to go in and just comment
anything and everything. Nothing is off limits.
Comment or DM us or whatever platform
Instagram,
you're listening on.
TikTok, YouTube.
And just let us know what your first thoughts of us were, especially if you're coming off of one or the other's
like page, if you don't know
me, you don't know one or the other. just put in a little assumption, dislike, a like, or how our dynamic is together. Just pop it in there. And that way we could go over it in episode 2.
Yeah, because we are going to read every single comment that comes through, for sure. I hope you enjoyed our first episode of A, B, and C. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, we cannot wait to see you in next week's video. Bye.